We are live. All right. And as promised, we are back. I hope y'all had a chance to get something to drink, use the restroom real quick, getting the chat popped back out, and there we go. I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to happen too.
Pop the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Pop it.
Oh,
Pop it and lock it.
Pretty much. Pop it and lock it over here. Because I like to have the chat. It's weird, dude. Like, for those who don't run dual screen, you don't know how, I guess you say, you don't realize how used to you get having the two until you lose one. And then you feel like you only got one eye. Like, literally, when gaming, you feel like you only have one eye.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually to the point now at work. I have to use 3 screens. And,
wow.
Yeah, because we do so much. There's so much we do at our job. I run 2 remote sessions, and then I run a Citrix session. So I have to be into like multiple servers at the same point and stuff like that. So,
see, the thing that bothers me though is I don't like the fact that, like, I understand why you have to do it with some people. I mean, the fact that I'll let you do it with me, the remote control bit, where you're controlling my computer on your computer. But I don't like doing that because of the fact that it's like, explain it to me. I have the intelligence, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, shalom, Gorgonite.
Yes.
Shalom and good evening to you, good sir.
You best start running, mother. There we go. I know I gotta update it. So, Spork. Oh,
what?
Give me. You know you want to join me.
No, I'm actually playing figures right now. So
I tried.
If I did it, I'd have to go into my PS4, and my PS4 is not at my desk. So.
Oh, that's lame. See,
Hey,
that's why you need it on PC, bruh. That's why you need it on PC.
I do have it on PC, but my characters don't cross over.
Like
you can't. Yeah, and like my account is like all my characters are on my PS4, so they don't carry over to the PC version and stuff like that. So, which sucks.
I've got to remember.
Even though we can cross platform and stuff like that, we can't I can't bring my characters over.
I don't remember my password. Oh, come on.
So who's all with us here? So just Gorgonite?
I'm not sure. Last time I checked, it said we had 3 watching, so probably.
Well, yeah, it would probably be you, me, and Gorgonite.
Trying to. Oh, come on. See, I swear, this is why I hate. One thing I do hate, and my computer's been doing this a lot lately. Alright.
I am Groot.
Like, alright, the one issue I have with having the fact that I use, and I really do need, I'm thinking about switching to Brave, because I'm starting to think, everything I've been hearing about Firefox, and how it's pretty much gone to shit. Like, they now, apparently, when you do a search, regardless of who you use, Mozilla will still filter the search results and give you what they feel is appropriate. So, basically, the same thing that you're dealing with when you say, for instance, like, the whole reason why I quit using Google, because Google is very fucking...
DuckDuckGo.
That's what I use. I just found out they have a browser. So I'm like, I might be using that.
Yeah.
Because I respect that. I like DuckDuckGo. I'm just waiting for my come on. Why are you okay?
I am Groot. Right now, I'm doing my 3 3/4-inch figures. So I'm done opening all. I'm done opening all my 6-inch figures. I'll have to go through and tell you what I have here, so that way. So right now I'm actually opening my Rocket Raccoon and my Groot 3 3/4 inch figures. I am Groot. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy packet in their original outfits, the all blue outfits.
So you're talking the one from back in the day.
Yep. The ones from back in the day.
Alright. I ain't got to change my password apparently because.
But guys, hey, well,
Well,
all right. So
the thing that always drives me nuts, and I'm glad I at least remembered the right username. See, that's why I'm glad I go with something simple like Bob Dolbot. It's very simple, very unique. Not too many people would think of it, and to me, it's a hilarious. Let's see.
I asked Bob and Dustin, and I'm curious for your answer. If any IP of any media suddenly became public domain, which one would it be, and what would you do with it? Superman.
Star Trek.
For me, it would be Superman. I would go back to the if I could do a Superman movie, I would go back to I would probably go back to the maybe like the 60s, 70s comics of Superman, and maybe do some stories from there. Or if I could, I would actually make a Superboy movie.
See, that would be fun. Oh, fine then, be that way, asshole. See, this is the face of evil. You see that face? That is the face of an evil, evil kitty.
I see. That's a face of cuteness.
It really is. It really is. Like he you should see him. Like when he wants something, because he'll go with the really big eyes and give you so you motherfucker weaponized eyes and shit.
So my cat, she is a calico too, but she's the orange and black and white.
Well, he's actually got some Siamese in him, and that's why he's got all that white in it. Like, I don't know what he's mixed with, because I don't know where all the white comes from, but that's where he gets his blue eyes and the gray from. You can see the Siamese. And I'm just like, I'm not going to complain. He's a good cat.
Siamese, if you please.
The aristocats. I think that just goes to show that we are both far older than we should. we were raised in a very and evil is cute. Thank you for backing me up on this, Gorgonite. All right. Now I know I just.
So what I do is I don't display the figures with their weapons, because 9 times out of 10 I end up losing the weapons. So I just put them in a bag so I don't lose them.
Oh no, I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you one bit. Honestly, think Dick here hasn't been opened because I'm afraid I'll lose pieces to him, and I want to keep Dick looking as badass and cocoon as he is. Same thing with Cortana here, and believe me, Cortana comes with a little mini master piece as well. So it's like, same thing with Ezio here. Like, I have 2 of these Batmobiles, and I don't want to open up the second one just to hold it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The same thing with all my TMNT figures. Like, come on, dude, I'm not destroying them. Like, I remember when. Good thing you said you're not at your computer. Fuck. Because apparently,
I am at my computer.
Oh, well, okay, you know what I mean. That you can't play DCU online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not by my PS4.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but the problem is I don't like streaming. With my laptop having problems, I don't like streaming off of, because I gotta get the fan, or I got to get the second fan in there. So I try to use that as least as possible. The only thing I download on there is, my anime.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, your anime.
No, it is anime. I don't download hentai.
Yeah, that's what streaming services are for. But anyway.
I also have my streaming services, but I archive stuff.
Oh, there you go. There you go, smart man. But anyway, and Gorgonite says, "Aristocrats, you couldn't make that movie. Couldn't make a movie like that now, and that saddens me, dude. Take Major Payne, dude. Major Payne couldn't be made today.
You know, there's a lot of movies that couldn't be made today because of the content.
Mm-hmm. Because of the fact that Major Payne, when they try to get rid of him by basically having the boys and one of the boys in dresses, or two of them, or something like that, lay in bed with them so they can get a picture of him. And then the next day he has them all dressed up in dresses, running drills and everything.
All right, dude, I'm gonna have to send this to you. So give me one moment. Give me one moment. You'll like this.
All right, Twitter or
this is going to be in Twitter.
Okay. Because apparently I have the game is checking files. I'm like, what the fuck are you checking for, asshole? I mean, I just downloaded the game a few days ago. Oh, I downloaded it specifically so we could play.
Oh, we can play, dude. Don't worry. We're gonna play.
No. I'm that's not the point I'm making. The fact that it's up, it's checking the files. Is the point I'm making.
All right, I sent to you in Twitter.
All right. I'd give my left nut to get a full set of pristine, good as new, well preserved, still in the case legacy of Kane action figures.
Yeah, I just sent him a picture of my Sentinel.
That is actually pretty fucking badass. And may I say, it is so weird seeing my little area over here in that way.
Hey, Gorgon, do I follow you on Twitter? By any chance, are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I've been like, let's just say, Gorgonite and I we talk fairly often on Twitter. Actually, it's
what's his
Scum? Gorgonite Scum, I think.
I didn't know if we followed each other or not.
Oh my God, fucking Troy.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna tweet you this, bro.
So.
What's going on?
Troy changed his profile pic again and his name to that one pool guy.
Oh, he does that all the time.
I know, and every time I'm just like, who the fuck are you, mother? You know.
By the way, did you see the two monitors, bro?
I did see the two monitors, dude. I was like, I'm not gonna lie.
A little jelly.
I'm a little jelly, dude. I'm a little fucking jelly because you look like you're getting good fucking. Dude, my whole thing is like your keyboard. To me, I don't see the point in having a keyboard like that.
Oh, I have a mechanical one.
I know that, but it lights up and this and the other. I don't need that. Give me a simple fucking keyboard. I'm happy. I'm more worried about my mouse actually being worth a damn than I am my keyboard.
Oh, I actually have my mouse is a Asus Republic of Gamers mouse. I made sure to spend some good money because I've been buying crap mouses for years and stuff like that. So
this is a Logitech G502. Got it like 3-4 years ago. Spent like $70 on it, and it was well worth the money.
So I got to tell you this story about how I got Galacticus. So this Galacticus. So normally when you bought this figure, it was like $100. It came with a Silver Surfer or a Wolverine.
Okay.
I didn't have $100 to flop down on. I'm like, man, that's really expensive. So I waited till Walmart because it was a Walmart exclusive. I waited till Walmart was running one of their sales, and they basically I ended up getting it for $20.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I got lucky there. They also, the other thing I didn't get to pick up, and I really would have liked to get it, they released Goliath, also in the same size too.
Huh.
They released Goliath and Giant Man in the same thing. Because well, technically Goliath is Giant Man. Goliath is just he's the black character, and I forget his name. Damn.
He wasn't black. He was a white dude. What it was is he was a former. He basically was a crook that was trying to go straight and become an actor.
I thought the Goliath, because Goliath in Marvel during the Ant-Man run, he was African American.
I think we're talking about two different characters. Hold on.
Because Lawrence Fishburne played him in the Ant-Man movie.
There might be.
There was multiple Goliaths.
Like, because that's what I'm thinking. It's like one.
So I'm about tempted to take this into work, and so my boss has like all these statues and stuff like that of like Thanos and stuff like that. I'm about to take my Sentinel into work because he lights up too.
I wouldn't do it personally, but that's me. That I wouldn't trust it.
I wouldn't leave it there. So.
Because if I remember right, the dude that was the Goliath.
Oh, I guess Marty and Star
Dropped out.
Yeah, I guess so. That's okay.
Hey, it's late. Star's normally in bed by now. Yeah, you can join us. Let's see.
Yo, of course, John. Come on in, bro.
Yes.
We are. So did I tell you? So I actually, I was actually able to snag a Boba Fett prototype in prototype armor from when back when they actually what's his name was drawing all the art for it. Damn it, I'm having a brain freeze. I'm drinking. I'm ready. Ain't ready for bed. Yeah, come on in, Dillard. I'm the same thing, man. I don't plan on doing anything tomorrow or anything like that.
I think I could have swore I followed him on Twitter, so I'm looking for him.
It is John. It should be just John Dillard.
Yeah, I know.
GTS. I think it's John Dillard GTS. So I also have, and I'm going to take some pictures here and send to you. I was able to snag.
There it is. Yep. Thank you.
I was able to snag, and I don't know if I want to take them out of the box because I got to make this. Hey, what do you think you're doing, girl? Stop it.
Being a cat.
She's a little. I love my cat, but damn it, she's a little freaking bully.
Are you kidding me? My little asshole, has been trying his damnedest to get out of the room so he can do middle of the night cat Olympics. John, check your Twitter. And yeah. Like, there we go. There we go. Looks like noise. I like that. That was well done.
Yo, what's up, sir?
Oh, I'm up late and I'm drinking and I'm drawing. I'm inking right now a commission of. You guys ever heard of a character called Nemesis the Warlock?
I have not.
Nope.
Yeah, apparently he's some sort of a British comic book character. Had his own like NES game and everything, you know. But I mean, I'm baffled, completely befuddled. I mean, if you look this guy up online, there is in canon, there's absolutely no clear like indicator of what this guy's face actually looks like.
And real quick, I have to share this, just because that '90s.
God, that's my rogue, bro.
Me too.
That's my rogue.
Hey, fuck you, bro. That's my rogue.
I like that. All of us.
John, I don't know how your wife would like that though.
but no, it's just the fact that what I love is the fact that that's the rogue we all like immediately associate with our child. You know, that like that's rogue.
Oh, you mean it's the rogue?
The rogue. Don't get me wrong, she's not that much different from the '80s one. They just made they gave her a far better costume, if you ask me. And instead of the ripped over shirt, like almost like muscle shirt type bit that she had, I think the jacket looked a lot better. I think they refined her good qualities and kind of scaled back her shitty one.
I agree.
I was telling, I showed Bob earlier. I was actually at GameStop, and they had the '80s version of Storm with the punk haircut and everything. Picked her up in the Marvel. Yeah, I collect these 6.5-inch figures and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the one figure I need to get yet. That's my Rogue figure because I love that version of that costume.
Dude, all I gotta say is the '90s fucking X-Men cartoon with the fucking badass intro. Yep. He got it. He knows what we're talking about, you know. See, right? I even started agreeing with the set that. Come on, dude. There's something about Rogue, man. It's like if you're a comic book geek and Rogue was not one of your comic book crushes, there was something wrong.
No. It's Rogue and Storm. On one side is Rogue, the other side is Storm.
Oh, Rogue and Caitlin Fairchild.
Well, Caitlin was good, but I don't know. I thought I just liked Storm and Rogue. And then Kitty Pryde and Jubilee were like my
I don't blame you. Like, let's just be honest. There's too many that there's so many good female characters that you would instantly be like, wafer material. Total wafer material.
This will probably be blasphemy. I actually was never a Jean Grey fan.
If you were right next to me right now, I'd be high-fiving you with all the fucking might that you can put into a high five.
What about you, John?
Dude, did you see that Adventure Time when Finn launches himself from across the country to do an epic high five with his homeboy?
No.
Like a flying high five? No, I'm more of a Psylocke fan. The way she was drawn.
Nice. Good. Very good taste. Very good taste. I like that.
It was that Lee. It was the Jim Lee, right? With the real straight, wispy hair. And it was fantastic.
And may I say the thing that is funny is the current comic pros. Oh, you don't know how to handle strong female characters, bitch. Do you even know what strong female characters mean? Right now we're talking about strong female characters, half of which would leave us dead 3 ways to Sunday, and not even and we wouldn't even care. We would die happy men.
I heard that, girlfriend.
All right. Remember when X-Men had objectively the hottest women in Marvel's heroes and villains roster? Shut up, you know I'm right. I'm not even gonna argue that, dude. I'm not even gonna argue that. Okay, take for instance Black Widow. She's you know what I mean? But Rogue. I never thought Kitty Pryde is cute, but not super hot. Jubilee was always hot. Psylocke was always hot. Storm was always hot. Fucking Marrow. Oh, I don't know what it was about Marrow, but she always was
Yeah, I was never actually a fan of the Jubilee in the cartoon. I always hated her I think it was her short hair.
Well, that was iconic. That was Jubilee's hair. For the longest time, she had short hair.
Hey, Bob, so I just sent you some images of the DC figures.
Word, looking it up now. Speaking of, how's my update going? Well, it's over halfway there.
Yeah, you missed it earlier, Bob or John. We were running the gambit on every topic.
We really were. We really were. But then again, this is my channel.
Well, don't stop on my account. You know?
Oh, see, let's see. Black Lantern Hal Jordan, not bad. Standard Green Lantern Hal Jordan, nice. Power Girl, nice. All right. White Lantern Hal Jordan. See, and the fact that you're a Hal Jordan fan, just mad respect, because Hal Jordan, like, don't get me wrong, I liked Kyle Reiner, but he's no Hal Jordan.
Dude, when he came back, one of the things that made me fall in love with Hal Jordan was when he got back after, being kid in Green Lantern Rebirth, when he sucked the hell out of Batman.
And Batman made him regret that decision every chance he got after that.
Oh, I know, but still, I just love the fact that he just socked the hell out of Batman. Because, as much as I love Batman, he can be such a pretentious dick.
Because it's fucking Batman. And it's like, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'd risk it with Rogue without a second thought. Worth it. I think all of us would. Let's just be honest.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah, I got a free pass with Rogue and also with Stacy Keebler. If and I ever get the chance. But I had to give her a free pass with Edward from Twilight.
See, my whole thing is I would never, like, free passes are awesome and all, but me, I don't need a free pass. That's all I'm saying.
I don't either. I got a really low libido. I don't even care.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's like, it's one of the things we were actually talking about earlier, oddly enough. It's kind of funny. We were talking about the porn and whatnot. And I guess you'd say the over-sexualization of America.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I would be more than willing to just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't need it. And 99% of and especially with, like, a lot of these Hollywood elite bitches, you could be rocking literally, like, the size of my forearm and fists exactly the way it is.
Wait, you guys aren't? What?
Well played. But you could be rocking that, and they would still look at, is that all you got? Bitch! What the fuck are you smoking? You know what, bitch? You're not even worth it. If you that fucking loose, I'm fucking out. I'm not even gonna risk the goddess of a Hercules. Not even gonna risk it.
Man, what bars are you hanging out at?
Just saying, hanging out with goddamn. So some goddamn these goddamn celebs, man. These bitches be. I'm just saying.
Oh, they're a bunch of psychotic people.
They really are. Let's just be honest.
I would love to take a shot at Gwyneth Paltrow just because she's so damn uppity.
Oh yeah,
and I'm super trashy, and I would just love to have that notch on my belt.
Not. If things that we would the actual celebs that we would just wreck shop, that's one I'd have to honestly, like, give it a good thought about, like, you know what I mean? Because I would have to narrow it down to, like, the one, because, like, let's see, like, because I'm not gonna lie, part of me is still like, Britney Spears back in the day, man.
You remember Ramada from the movie Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen?
I haven't seen that movie since, like, the 90s, guy.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, then you remember. He is the one where he started frying an egg on her belly.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, I find it so funny. Charlie Sheen, like, I don't care what anyone says. His whole fucking Tiger's Blood, Adonis DNA, Rockstar from Mars bullshit. I mean, watching a public meltdown of that, I guess you could say, that level of awesomeness was brilliant.
Yeah, and all that meanwhile he had AIDS.
I know, right? And I can't help but feel bad for the guy on the one hand. At the same time,
I'm just gonna leave that there.
right?
I'm just gonna drop it right there. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that the thing that really like I can't feel like I want to feel bad for him, but I can't feel bad for him. He brought that on himself. You know what I mean?
Well, how many people? This is one of the big things, for Hollywood who talks all about morality and stuff like that. Oh well, we just can't like Trump and yada. Dude, they are some of the most immoral and disgusting ass bastards in the world. they fuck everybody and their uncle in Hollywood. I mean, the thing is, the people that play that they're straight, they're gay. Most of those guys out there are gay.
Well, it's not. I'm not going to go that far. But what I am going to say is that.
Oh, you don't.
Yes.
You don't go.
Hold up. First off, Bullet, nerds. Did you see the name of the channel? A Nerd in Over 30. I'm just saying. And yes, you're goddamn right, Gorgonite. Hashtag winning. And see, man. So there was oh man, I gotta find this because it is fucking hilarious. I don't know if I can still find it, but it was someone songified his rant. Let's see. And let's just say I came across, it was back during when my buddy was going through his MLP phase because it was big on the internet. I'm not even going into that, but baking here. Still love that.
What's going on, Bullet?
I
had to respond. Bullet was trying to get my attention with some exclamation points.
Let's see.
Winning.
So what?
Hashtag twinning. What?
So how's Tales from the Stacks doing, John?
What the hell with you guys? Tales from Beyond the Gate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't even put it together.
Fail to fun.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh man, that fucking sucks.
I know, right?
But anyway,
are you guys gonna try again?
I'm not. But I may be giving the book over to Chester. From Fanspeak, Chester Busby.
Yep.
And because everybody's in the chat, everybody's really chomping at the bit to lower the price and trim the fat and try to get it out there again. But honestly, I'm not interested in lowering the price, to be honest. I mean, the whole point of the book was to get small people funded.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do the book at a cost.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, it doesn't help when you have certain individuals running their same campaign for the book that they should have had out a while ago. And I'm not really, I'm not trying to start shit. That's why I'm not stating names, but I am saying, instead of having a third campaign, he could have gotten the book out and had that, I could say, people's finances freed up for other books within the community. Gotten this book out and then done his third campaign.
Or he could have got that out and then or else he could have then done Rainbow Brute or another title or something like that,
Yeah, like the next book within the Cyber Frog series. I'm not.
Well, it says by trimming the fat, do you mean they cut Dillard?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole this guy is.
Like, that's fucked up.
Hashtag John didn't do it.
Right.
Hashtag John is attractive and has a full-figured manly emphasize.
Sure, we'll go with that. We will go with that. Why not?
Does it rhyme with Cyberdog?
Yes, it does. But
No, I'm not. No, I had a stream on my channel where we talked about this. I'm not laboring under any false illusions that I myself could have got this book funded to the tune of $10,000. Not possible. I don't have the viewership. My YouTube channel is small. My personality is small. Yeah. Nobody knows who I am. So the thing was, this book got a big push in the beginning. It went from essentially when we launched every day $1,000 till the fourth day. Then it just dried up. I don't even know why, and I can only speculate as to why. But everybody that was telling me they were going to, push this book slept on it. And the only time this book even the needle even moved a little bit on this book was when I was doing like 3-4 shows a day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I get that, dude. But for me, it's the whole take for instance the whole Jesse Miller bit where he came out talking about how and basically he posted all the screenshots of the comments he made with EBS and whatnot. And he was like, there's supposed to be a rising tide rises all ships. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, but when you're only letting the tide get to certain ships, it's only going to raise those. And it's like, I'm not saying, and it's funny, he's like, well, I'm willing to promote everybody. No, you're not. If you did, you would have had Chuck on, for instance. You'd had Troy on. You'd had, Brian on. You'd had all these various books, like, mind you, Jack Irons. Well, he did have Jack Irons on. I'll give him that. He did have Jack Irons on. But he would have had fucking Sean back on.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to sound like I'm sucking nuts or anything, but Ethan don't owe me nothing.
Yeah,
No. Ethan does owe you something. Ethan
no, he doesn't.
Let me finish. Let me present my point. Ethan goes out there and says that he is a man of the people. He's here to help everybody. He's here to try to get he sits there and puts out this image of him being the guy that's there for everyone. It's like, and he tries to say he's not just CG. He's comics in general, as long as you have a good comic. And yet all these good comics that people have, he'll sleep on and sit there and not say shit about. And I'm sorry, when it comes to things like that, that irritates me. Don't say one thing and then do another. Don't sit there and say you're here to help everybody, as long as you're putting out good comics, as long as you have good customer service, things like that. And then when it is time to put your money where your mouth is, you don't fucking do it.
You know what? I mean, I can see where you're coming from on that, but I kind of do agree with John. Ethan doesn't owe me his time, and after watching him for a while, I saw what he was. I don't want to hitch myself to that train. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you. I'm just saying that my whole point is don't say one thing, but when it's time to actually do that, you don't do it.
I've learned to.
Yeah, some people, when they get big time, they forget their original, supporters, and they go and they hire Brad Ashworth to do a variant cover instead of John Dillard gaming the system.
What are you talking about? Me? Hey, John. No, John. Brad's is only for the Indiegogo. We're actually looking for someone for when we do the Wicked version. We're going to need someone to do the cover.
You see, now it comes out because now I feel like I begged for it. You see?
No. Hey, I ain't all big, bro. We're not even at 50% yet.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and that's the thing. If he wasn't running Cyberfrog, maybe you fucking I'm happy Wampool got funded. I'm not gonna argue that. I'm happy Wampool got funded because Troy's my boy too. Don't get me twisted on that. But the y'all's book, John, I can't believe you just said.
Well, not just that one. He has also
Tales from Sex.
Tales from the Stacks, but he also had or Tales from the Beyond the Gate is his title.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he also had Black Emerald, which was still a fucking great title that got no traction whatsoever, even though it got promoted. So,
but that's the point. I mean, fucking the Ferryman 2 is still not funded.
Well, I don't blame
Hero's not funded. Like it's close, but it's not funded. Like there's plenty of books out there that would have been plenty of things out there that people's money could have gone to, but instead you have certain individuals who I feel are being greedy, and you can sit there and say what it is. No, greed is a motherfucker. If we're supposed to, you want the industry to survive? Guess what? That means you got to let other people have some of the money too, asshole.
Hold on. My wife's calling me. Let me mute myself for a second here. Hold on.
Not a problem. But that means you have to have, you got to let other people get some of the money. Just, him getting the money, just him getting his books funded, just a handful of people getting their books funded does not keep the industry afloat. But a bunch of indies getting published, you getting funded, Ferryman getting funded, Troy getting funded, the Hero getting funded, John getting funded. You see the trend here? All these people getting funding, that's what keeps the industry going. Because people have a diverse, wide range of books to be able to choose from. And if maybe, like me, I wouldn't read Cyberfrog. I don't like horror. Why would that doesn't appeal to me? And there's a lot of people like me who don't like horror. So how are you going to get to people like me who don't like it? We're not going to buy your product. So guess what? That is a sale lost when you could have used your platform to help these other guys who need the money, who don't have a $500,000 to $1 million that they've gone through crowdfunding of the same book 3 times.
Well, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but like I said, I'm here to. I think, in all honesty, here's what I look at, and look at from my point. I don't know if John would, if he would agree. The thing is, we're starting to see that it is starting to dry up the money. Okay, now. It is come back to, although you still have breakout hits like Downcast, Tug, his thing, so there's a lot of different things that are still getting funded now. Could those have gotten funded without EBS's platform and Tug's platform? Tug didn't have the following. And this is what it goes back to. I don't fault them for what they're doing. EBS has a following. He's got people willing to throw down the money. That's all. That's because EBS. I look at it as he's willing to throw some shade to people. That's cool. That's good. That's great. No, nothing against that because I don't have a problem with that. My thing is I don't want to be beholden to somebody else. I would rather go out and if I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail on my own merit.
Well, and I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But the point I'm making is it's bigger than you. It's bigger than EBS. It's bigger than everyone.
Ain't nothing bigger than me. What are you talking
about? Is that what you said, right?
But anyway, you get my point. It's not about you. It's not about EBS. It's not about me. It's not about John. It's not about any of these guys. It's about the industry as a whole. It's about the next generation of future comic book fans having the ability to come across comics and having them fresh stories being told and so on and so forth. And that's the point I'm making. When you have a situation where someone is bringing all the attention to themselves, how can these other people get that same money is finite. Money is finite, especially when you have already a small group of people. Like we are not, as the expression goes, legion. We are legion, but we are not. If that makes sense, we are the guys that are putting as much effort into comics as possible to achieve a goal that I think we can achieve. But we have to be willing to act, those who have the large platforms have to be willing, like, take for instance Wizard. Wizard still pushed indie comics and talked about indie comics. Didn't have to. They didn't have to talk about everybody, but they did. They could have just focused on those that they were cool with, their friends, and the big two at the time, or three at the time, I should say. And that was it. But they still talked about indies. They still talked about the small guys. They still talked about things that were going on within comics because they understood that the industry was bigger than them.
Okay, well let me finish my point before I you just leave me hanging like that, because I started off with I don't want to sound like I'm sucking his nuts, but you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
But here's the way I see it is this. There's a lot of factors going into it, and yes, I do believe I agree with Sporkman that the money is drying up. The not necessarily the money, but the money that's being thrown just as goodwill money. Money that's being thrown just to support, the cause is drying up. And the bigger guys, I mean, the pool's drying up, and it's just the natural progression of things where you're going to see people getting tighter and tighter with what they're willing to, the piece of the pie that they're willing to share.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the nature of it. And you can't fight it because you're not going to be able to fight. There's no way you're going to be able to fight that. But the thing is also this. I don't want to sound like I'm
Negative.
Right, like protecting anybody or anything, but Ethan doesn't owe me anything. And the thing is, he volunteered to do something for the book if it funds, with nothing in return.
Well, let's see, and
now it was either my fault for not capitalizing on that and shilling that to the point where it got attention, or it's my fault that I didn't have the support in my own group to fund that book to a higher number. Because again, I mean, realistically, I could probably get a book funded to about $750 by myself, but the book did 8,000, which was and the thing was, I think it was such a brilliant idea having this anthology, and it was such an obviously good idea that it was intimidating to the higher ups. That if this book does get pushed, it's going to do way too well. And there's not enough influence of them over this book for that to be beneficial.
But that's the whole point that I'm making, is it shouldn't be, it should be, hey, it's bigger than us. And that's my thing. It's always about, it's one of the things I say about the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan's movies. Mm-hmm. Nolan's biggest problem is he didn't want to realize that Batman was bigger than him. That Batman was a lot more than just a single, he's the only hero. No, the thing that makes Batman so amazing is the fact that he is a mere mortal that stands toe-to-toe with gods. But if you are unwilling to acknowledge that sometimes some things are bigger than you, if you allow your ego to be that much of a block to the big picture, then you're just causing not only yourself to fail, but everyone around you. And that's my thing. Eventually, I don't want to see Ethan fail. No. I don't want to see anybody fail. I want to see everybody be successful. I want to see everybody make their money and move on. But I'm also willing to point out that there is some things that maybe things could be done differently. Maybe instead of expecting, like I constantly point out when it comes to EVS, Jim Healis. There is an entire situation that was improperly handled, that had EVS reached out to other people that were within the thread of screenshots sent to him by one of two people that, from the old Meeting of the Minds chat, that had he taken that time to actually go, okay, all right, I didn't, let me reach out, let me talk to these people, let me find out what's going on. He would have found out that Jim Healis was actually defending him on several occasions. And this one time Jim Healis goes, okay, maybe, da-da-da-da. Oh, all of a sudden he disavows support for Jim? No, that's bullshit. That is pure bullshit, because quite frankly, Jim, Jim was one of EVS's strongest supporters, but because someone decided to try to earn brownie points with EVS, he decided to do some shady shit, and in the end caused Jim trouble. And now, we are all worse off for it. And that's the point I tend to make. There are things that go on, that, yes, behind the scenes that we don't know. But at the same time, if you are willing to let those things continue on and you don't speak up, you are the only one at fault when things go south. We're all fighting to keep the comic book industry alive. Why are we fighting each other? That's why I try to be Switzerland. I try to be cool with, those that a lot of people don't like to be cool with. And at the same time, I try to be cool with the people that they don't like. And it's very difficult because I have those moments where I'm like, well, I feel kind of sheepish because I'm cool with everybody. Why?
Best.
Right? But
heavens to bits.
But what needs to be done is there needs to be a creation of proper distributor who can't be harassed and threatened into dropping books. It was said ages ago that the crowdfunding system wasn't sustainable one and would do in what do you know, we are starting to see the money dry up. Yeah, that's very true. But,
yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, from its inception, it was doomed to it was a finite thing. And everybody knew it. And a lot of people wanted to say, no, it's not a finite thing. It can last however long we want it to last. But that was all very tongue-in-cheek and everybody knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, what's going to happen ultimately is the people with the bigger platforms are going to be able to sustain whatever they're selling. And the people with the smaller platforms are all struggling to get in on this cash grab. And again, not to be like defensive of anybody, but you also have to be very careful of the people that are coming in for the cash grab. But then again, things aren't being handled well on that front either.
Right.
Because again, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I am pretty new when it comes to sequential artwork, and I have a lot to learn. But I'm pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, you're a good artist. Excellent.
And there are a lot of people putting out books on Indiegogo for this cash grab. They got no business being anywhere near a sequential comic book.
No, I agree. I agree. But that's the whole point that I'm making, is the fact that, it's if you let everyone, everyone that we know is pushing to make sure the comics as a whole survive. Those are the guys that should be uplifted. It doesn't matter who you side with. It doesn't matter if you are with this group, that group, in the middle, whatever. That does not matter. What matters is, are you trying to make sure that comics as a whole survives through the slump that it's in currently?
My view is, and I'm sorry to interrupt here, my view is I've been seeing some don't care if the industry dies. And I think crowdfunding. I think crowdfunding is a great way to get comics funded. I think it's an important way to get comics funded. But like I said, it's drying up. The well is drying up because the fact of, like John said, there are books that are out there that shouldn't be. And I could say, does Sporkman need to be out there? I mean, our art isn't top tier and stuff like that.
But your art is very much in the vein of like the Tick, is very much in the vein of it's meant to be lighthearted and humorous. That's why it works. If you're trying to be like super serious, gritty, all action, no, the art wouldn't have worked at all.
No,
but
the thing is, Sporkman isn't geared toward that. Sporkman's geared towards a younger audience.
Exactly.
Which is why I would give the allowances to Sporkman to the world's greatest average hero by George Peter Gatsis. They're made for kids. And even a hero, which is actually pretty flipping good artwork for a kid's book.
Yeah.
But these things in Samurai and Dinosaurs, these things kind of get a pass because they're for kids. They're not even for young adults. They're for straight up kids.
And that's the point. And that I was making is they are meant to be like, for instance, Sporkman very much channels the Tick in essence and spirit and the way it is, and you see it. You see it as meant to be lighthearted fun. It's not meant to be taken seriously. And real quick, just so you know, Gorgonite, no, I completely agree. And my whole thing though, real quick on that, that's what I'm doing now. I'm presenting, and that's what I always try to do. I present the problem, the logical fallacies that people have that they're not seeing, and I try to be like, look, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what can be done better, and this is how we move forward. I'm not saying that, Ethan has to be like, oh, well, I gotta have all these guys on. No, but the ones that he knows are here in good faith, that are here because they want to see comics survive this rough patch that the Big Four are putting us under. Those are the ones that he needs to be platforming. Shouldn't matter if they hail Caesar or not. What should matter is, do you care about comics? Do you want to see comics still alive 20, 30, 40 years from now? That type of deal.
Yeah.
That's what matters to me. I don't like it. If in the end comics still dies, then guess what? This fight was for Nye anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that, I need to get more coffee. So
yeah. And I'll come back to you. I mean, I go ahead, nerd. I'm of the different mindset. Now we've been doing this for 13 years. We've been wanting to do comics. This is our medium. I have no qualms that I am going to be the next Stan Lee at all. Even though I love Stan and what he does and what he has been an inspiration for, I never see myself being Stan Lee, but I want to be able to leave my mark somewhere. And I think I could do that with Sporkman, and I think I could do that with the other comics and stuff like that we're doing. One of the reasons we haven't brought these other ideas to the table is because right now we got to form our own audience and stuff like that. And I don't, like you said, John, I don't think Ethan owes me anything. Would I love for him to look my way and give me a shout out? I would love it. But at the same point, I'm not beholden to him because I got to build. He leaves, then forever, like we're linked to him. You know what I mean? We can't make it on our own. Mm-hmm. And that's where I come back to. I need to be able to make it on your own. And I'm sure you feel the same way. You need to be able to make it on your own. EVS, John Malin, Gary Shipman, whoever, they don't owe us an audience, or time. I'm grateful that John, because the last time I was on John's channel, Eric and I kind of left a bad tape. Like John reached out to me, he's like, he was kind of upset with me, and he's hard to read sometimes, but he was willing and gracious. I talked to him, and he was willing to get us back when we relaunched. I was glad. We ended up doing 4 sales from his channel for last night. So I know that's not a lot, but hey, 4 is better than nothing.
Absolutely, 4 is better than nothing.
So
I wish I would get 4 sales every time I went on somebody's show.
And the thing is, we are going to be looking here, John, and I'll throw it out to you. We are going to be looking for, once we're done with this one, we're going to be pretty much getting ready to gear into Sporkman on the high seas. So we're going to be looking for an artist on that. So, yeah. So I have a list of people I'd like to at least try out and see what Eric wants. So, we already have your fan art, So yeah, and I think, I've seen Black Emerald, some of the stuff you had on there looks amazing, and whatever happened to that project? I know it didn't make its funding.
Yeah, it didn't make its funding, and the guy wants to get some other artists together to make like a compendium that has nothing but a bunch of that same girl, but in different types of stories, just using the same characters in different types of noir stories.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so I'm just waiting on that.
Okay.
I might have to redraw some stuff on mine just because I don't like looking at it anymore because I've gotten better. But until he gets the other artists on board, I mean, it's kind of in a holding pattern.
A holding pattern. Okay. That's cool. Well, maybe, hopefully we can, we actually, if I know it's a crapshoot on our goal. We have on our goal, if we get to the 6,000 funding, we will have a mini ash can with Natsumi in Japan.
This is the girl with the purple?
Yes.
Mm.
Yep. So, yep.
By the way, John, that's actually looking pretty badass, dude.
Hey, it's Santa Raven.
Santa Raven. It's about time.
See, dude, gotta get the chat.
No, is that the same person as Pope Raven?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, either way.
And also Raven, the Easter egg champ.
So basically, a bunch of yeah. I was wondering because I've seen Pope Raven around, but I've never seen Santa Raven. I'm like, okay, well, is that the same person?
Yeah, it is.
May I say, I curse you, DC Universe Online. Curse you. It's okay. Basically, I'm waiting on an update. So when I thought it was updating, no, it was just checking the files. No, now it's updating as well. Can I just get into my fucking comic book video game? Goddamn, so I can stream it.
Hey! Can you just wait for that update, or what's going on?
I'm just saying. I've been being chill. I've been like, come on. There's only so much chill I have in me right now.
No, but the thing is, there have been people that have been out there, like the guy that does Lady Death. He has his own following, built his own following from the grassroots, and he can do his book when he feels like it and fund it when he feels like it. That's the point that everybody pretty much needs to get to nowadays. If you're doing independent comics, you need to have that platform where you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and have that core group, that audience that's going to support you.
Yeah,
you do. It's not going to work otherwise. It just isn't. You can't count on somebody to back you to the point where. I mean, what happens? Like, okay, let's say I get this book, Tales from Beyond the Gate, funded, and it did, 30,000, it did 60,000, did 120,000, whatever. And then here comes next time around, and the infrastructure that I was milking off of isn't there anymore. It's not going to fund to the same tune at all.
And actually, John De La Rose is running into that problem with Flying Sparks 2. Because he even stated, like he said, he actually did the same numbers as he did with Ember War, which was he had like almost 900 backers on Flying Sparks 1. He's only backed like 500 people on this. So he realized, and he even said this. He said his numbers were overflated because of what the timing and everything on when he released his crowdfunding and stuff like that. But the other issue too is, I think is one of the reasons why the money is starting to drive up, because there's so many projects out there, and I know Bullet brought a really good point of he said earlier that what was it here? The subpar products out there is muddling basically muddling the water.
Yeah.
But how many people had said, for instance, that Mike Miller's comic Lone Star, all right, was subpar, that they were disappointed with it?
I was highly disappointed in Lone Star.
Exactly. And when you have the pros releasing books like that, it only hurts the little guys. The least these guys can do is actually use their platform to promote the little guys. Because you know what? Like I said, the big guys aren't going to keep the industry alive. It's the little guys. It's like an actual capitalism. Not the big corporations that keep the economy going. It's the small businesses that keep the economy going.
Yeah. Well, I think I enjoyed for myself. I loved Graveyard Shift. I know a lot of other people did not. This is just my honest opinion. I love Richard. I felt Jawbreakers was very subpar. Now I did like Iron Sights. I thought that was good. But something about I think Jawbreakers was, I don't know what it was, but it was definitely a throwback to the 90s, comics and stuff like that. But I felt it was there was some plot holes, and I could pick right through them and stuff like that that are wide enough for a truck to drive through. But I would give it a B minus. I gave Graveyard Shift an A because I felt like everything in there was great on that. Trump Space Force, that was 100.
Even the fetus coming out of the.
No, that was weird. That was just straight up weird. But I like Iron Sights, but I see Meeple. Yes, I know there's a lot of people who I saw a lot of people shit on Iron Sights. I don't know. I don't judge the art because I just don't judge a title on the art. I felt the two of those, the art and the story really meshed. I just felt it was very gritty and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. Jawbreakers, yeah, the best story was. I agree. Book 1 was the best one. Lost Souls and Book 2 were very poorly paced. Trump Space Force, I loved Trump Space Force. I just rolled and laughed because I just felt it was so funny. Granted, the art fits the Grindhouse B feel, and I think that's partly why I love it because I love Grindhouse movies. I think that was partly why I liked it a lot, was because it really gave that great Grindhouse feel. Now, I'll come back to, I love My Hero Macadamia, but I felt GI, but Black Ops was not as good.
Man, I've only read issue 1, and I loved issue 1. I thought issue 1 was fucking amazing. I haven't read My Hero Macadamia, though.
Well, you can't compare them because they're two totally different things. But I felt as a writing, I felt it wasn't as good as GI, or I felt the first issue, the first 2 volumes they were good, but they weren't great.
Gotcha.
Like that My Hero hit and that Trump Space Force hit.
I got you.
I didn't get Bigfoot Bill. I really wish I would have grabbed that, but I know he's got his title coming out here, relaunching, and I'm going to grab it then for Doug TenNapel. But I think that's going to be a great title. I love Earthworm Jim, But one of the reasons why I didn't back it, I didn't have money, and then also there for a while, I wasn't buying anything from the big guys, from the pros. I was trying to focus more on getting support for John and some of these other titles that were coming out there and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to support. The little guys like me.
Yeah, right? And that's respectable. I mean, I guess that's where I look at it as. I understand, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit there and say that the big guys don't deserve some love. I'm just saying that the big guys are going to get plenty of love. Let's help support the little guys a little bit. Let's shift some of the attention from them to you, to John, to Troy, to the guys doing Hero, to Sean, to all of these other people out there that do have.
You see, the thing is, I don't have that rosy of a picture of how the big guys are doing.
Yeah,
to be honest, because you look at somebody like Mike Miller. Yeah, he got himself into a sticky situation, but just as an artist, he is very, very good.
Oh, he's an excellent.
I would say that just as a draftsman, he's better than Ethan. He's a very, very competent, good artist, but he knows he's a very good artist, and that's what gets him into trouble.
As a writer. Okay. As a writer,
No, as a writer, he's trash. And the thing is, he's made some real suspect moves, especially when it came to the whole Six Gun Samurai, Meg, and whatever else garbage combo he came out with. That some of the books he wasn't even involved with, or just as a writer or something like that, or as an executive producer, well, whatever he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that book reflects that. It did not fund well at all. And this is what he's doing as a living because he's not working a normal job like me or Spork here, or maybe you, this is his entire livelihood. And taking that into account, you look at his entire livelihood and, the amount of money he needs to make and what he is actually making, not doing so hot. Realistically, he ain't.
Well, I understand that. But that's the point I'm making. You would be making, like, when you're dealing with comic books, yes, it's a small industry. And, like, the irony is the tweet that got me blocked by Heather Antos was her talking about it's a small industry, don't be a dick, la da da da. But you've been a dick this whole time, and look how far you've gotten. I'm that guy.
Oh yeah, you can't listen to anything that chick says. I mean, she just talks out of her ass the entire time. Because there's all kinds of rules that go along with everything they say and everything that you have to do to move along in the industry. And if you're not willing to toe the party line, which is something that we're fighting against, the whole merit-based system, which is kind of the issue what I'm having with you talking about how we need to push these guys even if the merit's not there. I don't agree.
But how are they going to get the merit? That's the point I'm making. You got to give people a chance to earn it.
Well,
and not everyone, let's be honest, not everyone is, as bad as it sounds, a jobless bum like me that don't have, that can sit on Twitter all day trying to promote their friends' books. All right?
No, but I'm saying if you're a creator, you got to come to the realization that you can't be the world's greatest independent comics penciler. You got to do everything, and you got to be on social media, and you got to start building that following.
Yeah.
Well, and
you have to. There's no other way around it. You have to do it.
Well, yeah, but once again, like you said, you have a job. Chuck has a job. A lot of these guys have a job. They don't have the time to be just constantly shilling their comic book online.
But it can be done, though. The thing is, I'm proving it. I have apps out there that I queue posts up and stuff like that send them out there for me. And I appreciate it, dude. Trust me, the amount of people that retweet my stuff is unbelievable. And I got people out there streaming. Like I said, it's about, I've said it time and time again. I get it. You know what? I get it. I would love if they gave a platform. And I've gotten a platform from John Malin. By Edwin. Yes, I haven't gotten anything from VBS, but that's okay. Gary Shipman has given me an audience and stuff like that. The thing is, it's about being who you are. You know what I mean? The reason why I've been able to get into these things is because what did we do in the beginning? We built a relationship with Edwin, John Malin, and stuff like that. Remember, Malin, when he first started, he had no YouTube channel. And what was he doing? He was going on to other people's channels. He realized that he had to build his own audience. Now, he did bring his own audience, and when he got on Ethan's channel, that really started building his audience. And then he realized, hey, I need to create my own YouTube channel and stuff like that. So,
but Malin also already had a pre-established career within comics itself. He wasn't tier level like Miller, or because he had only done Youngbloods. Keep in mind, up until then, he's only done Youngbloods and he did Cable.
Yeah, and the thing is, you got to really look at it this way. Even though he didn't come over with the pedigree that Miller has, or Shipman, or T-Bear, look at his channel and look at what his books are funding. Because people aren't buying these books for the books; they're buying because they want the comic experience and they want the interaction with the personality. Right. And the better your personality and the more big and blusterous and outgoing you are, that's what's going to grab you your fans. Yeah. The more you connected with them. I mean, look at Miller's channel. Miller's languishing behind Malin. Miller's a much more competent artist than Malin. Like, let's be real. He is. But Malin has a better channel.
And he has a better personality than Mike.
And he has a way better personality than Mike. Yeah. People look at Mike and people are like, I can't. I mean, it's real touch and go, and Mike knows it. I mean, look at his channel struggling around what 4 or 5,000, 4 or 5. All these other channels, 4 or 5,000, 3, 4,000. It's nothing compared to what somebody with a big personality like EVS or Tug or Richard C. Meyer is doing, and their books are showing that. Like, look at Mike just struggling to get to 40 for that Meg combo. You know what I mean? And Malin put out what was that book called?
Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard Shift. That thing went 6 figures.
I'll admit, I'm not fair. I don't have a big personality, mainly because and I get that you need a big personality to be successful in this type of industry. I get that. But at the same time, personality will only get you so far, if that makes any sense.
Well, and I think this is where I come back to. I think Malin has, this is why I'm willing to go on Malin's channel, and I really respect him because John has a great personality. Yes, he does. Just don't let him get into his rants because he likes to rant, but that's okay. He's very passionate. But the thing is, he's also got the other package too. He's a competent artist and he's a good writer, and he's teaming up with he's teaming up with Coney Waves, who is another great creator. So I think John's got a kind of like the complete package. Say what you will, Ethan's that complete package too. As much.
But I'd rather support, like, it's not even Rockstar. Like I said, it's not even really.
Yeah, I mean, we get it. We're just harping around the same thing,
Yeah, no, for a second there, I thought I heard.
So this is a dog. I think he's going to attack me.
No, that was a dog that I heard.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm sitting here playing my game, and all of a sudden I hear dog barking, and I'm like, wait a second. Okay, so yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna go outside and check and make sure the outside cats are okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, the dogs are over here though. This one.
So, John, what are you drawing there?
This is the Nemesis, the Warlock.
Nemesis, the Warlock. Okay.
Yeah. It's very difficult if you don't go into fan art. If you just look at the actual artist that does the book, it's very difficult to figure out what this guy actually looks like and how I think his mouth is down here, but it looks like he's wearing almost like a headpiece of a dragon. It's real weird, dude. Real weird. But I think I got a good enough handle to kind of move forward with it. So I'm going ahead and laying down inks now.
Oh.
It took me a while to figure out how this guy's face actually worked. I think I got it though.
Wow. Okay, this is really interesting. So it's almost like it's some sort of like he's got this spear in the front of his head.
Yes,
and then
the spear goes like this. It goes up like this, but also on the bottom of his mouth like this.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from the top, like this, it also goes side to side like that. Like a big star.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like a battleship type thing, with two little puffs. It's very weird character. It looks like it was a game too.
Yes, and this is a commission, so I'm working on that diligently. But he wanted it, kind of like in my style with the real heavy hatching and texturing and stuff.
Oh, look! So looking at him, the character, he's almost like like the shark that has like the front of the shark, that has like that spear, like how there's different sharks that have like the
talking about the goblin shark.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
he's like a mix between the goblin shark and the hammerhead.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a little difficult, but I think I got it. But yeah, it's going to be a full thing. It's going to be like an old Victorian futuristic city background. And then I guess he has his own ship that's going to be like coming in for a landing to pick him up. But he's like a space demon warlock that, I don't know, fights bad guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't see any animals out there, but I'd still rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, and like I was saying, to build up these audiences, like there's a guy that's been like pushing hard, man. He was pushing hard, and he's just somebody that just watches my channel and follows my Twitter. I think his name is Sean. And
R2D2, the R2D2 dude.
Yes,
he does. Yeah, he really pushes a lot of people that he believes in.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I'm sending this is the original cover that we were going to use for Tales from Beyond the Gate. So I'm just going to send this to him just as like a gift. You know what I mean? Like, thanks for, supporting.
At the very least.
Awesome.
At the very least. Because, the book didn't fund. You're not going to get the book. You'll get a refund, but, you've been pushing it so hard. Here's a thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Because those are the people that I need to to foster those relationships with and support because they're supporting me so heavily. Like he's out there all the time, man, pushing everybody's stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like Nerdy Texan Accountant, he's been pushing my stuff, and he actually just sent me the money, and I got it in today to back the campaign. He went in at the $300 tier to get the limited Killbox art print.
Nice.
So
that's badass, dude. Like,
who is Killbox?
So Killbox is he's from Britain, and he does like a lot of like he's like you. You guys have very similar styles. Let me pull his art up here so that way you can see it here. Download and get in here.
And here, you've been white boxed.
Okay.
God, I'm still waiting on DC Universe Online. I'm just like, come on. So I decided to start playing.
Is that game that fun?
It's not that it's that. I haven't put the time in. My biggest problem is MMORPGs don't really hold my attention for that long, and so it's like ESO. The only reason I have like over 100 hours in that game is because I come back to it every so often. Like Star Trek Online is the only game that has held my attention for fuck all ever. And I've put literally, I don't even know how many hours. I just know on Steam I put like 250 fucking hours in the game just on Steam alone. That's on top of the amount of time I put into it prior to me loading it up on Steam.
All right, so John, I have it up on my screen here, so that I don't know if you can see or not.
Okay, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his art piece that he did for the poster,
which is still bad freaking ass.
Although we had to cover up the sport junk.
Did he actually put the whole wang in there?
Pretty much the way I'll show you here what the original art piece looked like, and you're gonna be like, yeah.
I think this picture is great, except I don't like this girl's proportions.
They are off. Yes. So that's what the original art piece looked like.
But other than that, I like it.
That's what the original art piece was. And Ninja tried fixing some of it. Her proportions were off a little bit. But if you notice in the original art piece, you see the spork wang, like how the bulge is pretty big.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Huh?
And I just got this today. I commissioned this from my boy over at Matthew Weldon from Punchline.
Matt Weldon. What is he from?
Punchline.
What else?
That's the only comic he's done.
Is he on Drawn and Quarter Fan Edition a lot?
I don't think so, no.
Why is that name so familiar?
He's doing the thing with the release the Spork Wang. It's they release the Bat Wang, it's released the Spork Wang.
Oh god.
Yeah, we need to do a Sporkman Black Label.
I'm trying to clean here. Try to keep it clean here. So yeah, Matthew Weldon, he's the artist for Punchline, but he's also going to be doing a crossover with Punchline, GI Hops, and Rags.
He's also the artist for Black Ops 2 because Tim loved his style of art so much. He's like, I want you to be the artist.
Bullet said he was on both D&Q fan art and pro. Okay, I didn't know that because I don't get a chance to watch that because I work I think when that's on I'm at work. So, but yeah, I got this from him and I got Ginger Foxy coloring it. So, yeah. So.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then I don't know if you saw this or not. I got to show you this.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a Pope Raven, right?
No. Let's see here. Share.
And of course, stars like love Wilson art because we all love his art. His art's very clean, crisp. Like the best way to describe it is it reminds me of a lot See, I'm trying to think. Who would his art remind me of?
So that is the cover, by the way.
That's a Brad Ashworth.
Yep. Yep, that's Brad Ashworth. So, and then I did the lettering, and that was actually my first time actually doing a lettering for a cover.
It works. I'm still trying to think who Weldon's art reminds me of.
So, yeah, and I mean we're gonna need, like I said, we're gonna be doing. Make sure we don't see your hentai tabs.
Hey now. I will set the stream to private.
Hey, I don't care. I can show you my hentai tabs.
All of them, like a boss. Just saying. I'll set the stream to private. You motherfucker, don't play. I'll be the one to bust. Start flipping out. Start talking about. I'll be the one to show you some hentai. You want to see some hentai? I'll show you some shit that'll scar you for life, bitch.
I'm good on the hentai.
yeah, bullet. That was Brad's cover.
Man, don't make me bust out some Bible Black shit.
I gotta
scarred me for life. Just say.
I gotta check with Edwin. He wants to sell a cover, so I want to see if maybe we can get it on like the Pro Edition or whatever they do, where they sell them off.
The Friday night auctions.
Yeah. Because if we can sell them, if we can sell it, like I told him about taking, he could take some. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bless you, sir.
I have been blessed by the power of the spork.
Yeah, he basically, I guess he took it on his own and colored it. I don't know. So, I apologize to Bullet. I didn't know. He told me he was going to do it. And stuff like that. We did actually have to edit it a little bit. I'll show you guys the original.
And hold up real quick. Gorgonite, maybe you missed the part where I said that shit scarred me for fucking life.
What scarred you? I don't know what you're talking about.
When I made the joke, I'll show you some Bible blood. When I made the comment, I'll show you some hentai that'll scar you for life.
Oh, Bible Black?
Yes, because that shit scarred you for life.
Oh, dude, come on, man. You seriously were scarred by Bible Black?
I'm nothing else. I'm not being serious.
Yeah, all right. Maybe 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was mild compared to.
No, I'm just saying. Chicks that can grow wangs is not something I want to see. I'm thinking like, oh man, this bitch looks good. La da da da. Trying to get out of the fucking. Nope, delete. Just saying.
With a wang. All right, so, and I'm gonna pop that open. So this was what the original cover looked like. See how it's very dull and stuff like that. I particularly didn't. It was too dull. Like I didn't think it was bright enough in certain areas. And I'll put them side by side here so that way you guys can see the two of them. Let's switch to browse. Oh, I don't want to do a slideshow close. Browser view. So that way you guys can see the different.
I get it.
See, you noticed how like a little bit darker, or like certain areas are a little bit darker, and then other areas are a little bit brighter to where they need to be.
That one, the one that you got covered, like the colors pop more on that one. It's like they went through, used a lighter shade of red. No, that one used light. So they used a darker red is what they did. They used a bit darker of a red that offset the white a bit better. Switch back to the other one real quick.
Well, what they did was, there was basically a filter that was added to pop the colors more and stuff like that. And also, like, the light source is because one of the things is like some of the light sources aren't coming off of like the lanterns. That's where you should be having a light source on the lanterns, and also like you have your back here, where the side is, where the paper door is. There should be light coming out of there more and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. And real quick to answer Gorgonite, no, I didn't finish because the minute I was like, I stopped, like like I said, I was like, exit out, close. This is not what I signed up for.
And then here is our of course, our Natsumi. I don't know how many people have seen this. I'm not sure if Santa Raven and Bullet have seen this.
Yeah, this I like the coloring on this.
Yeah, the background should be more warm and more yellow orange. Yeah, I was showing here. I'll show you here, John. Let me. So this was the original art. See how very dull it was? Like there was like no bright source for light and stuff like that.
Give me 1 second. Let me get over to the Hangout so I can look at this real good.
Not real.
I'm very judgmental, especially when it comes to Brad Ashwood.
Good.
No,
okay.
I thought he did a great job. Like I just felt it was like it wasn't bright enough. There wasn't a.
This is just a raw scan, right?
No, this was the PSD. This is the one he sent us. This was the final scan.
So this is after he went in and touched it up and everything?
Yep.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it's too dull.
Yeah, so what we did was, I gave it over to Ginger, and, and she's a colorist by trade, so, she was actually able to, clean it up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Give it that good.
Yeah, because
good color.
I was saying about how, like, the light sources, from the hanging lanterns, they should have been a little bit more brighter. And the same thing with the paper door. The light source from there should have been a little bit brighter, giving that yellow orangish feel. While the ninjas up at the top, they would have been hidden a little bit. But you know what I mean. Like the light source would have been down more where they were at. Yeah. So,
but Brad, he colored all this traditionally, right?
Yes, he did color it all traditionally.
Yeah, it's hard to get that kind of coloring and stuff when you're not doing digital coloring.
Yeah, it is. I'm not knocking what he did. I think what he did was just unbelievable. I think that I think he didn't account for, like, when you're scanning it in. You know what I mean? You had to touch it up digitally at the end once you scanned it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I stand by. It's still a badass cover. I'm looking forward to basically more people getting to enjoy its luster.
Well, the thing is, and I was just looking at the numbers. So we're at 36 backers, but we've only had 500 people look at the Indiegogo,
which means you motherfuckers need to head over to IGG and back it now. Back Sport Band now on IGG and become a member of the Order of the Sport.
Well, I know there's a lot. I think we'll get a little bit more. Now, this is where I think that the numbers are a little bit more realistic on this Indiegogo versus the last time, because I think the last time, there was still that inflated numbers, and I have to agree with John Delrose about this, that there was almost an inflate because those people who weren't really interested in the project kind of just backed it because it was there and stuff like that, because if they were truly excited for the project, they would have came back and rebacked it.
All right. No, dude, believe me, if it wasn't for the fact that the money, I'm really trying to hold on to my money, you best believe I would have already backed it at least, at the $25-$30 tier. I was even thinking about it. Don't get me twisted.
The thing is, The thing is, I'm not too worried about us getting funded because we're on a flex goal. We already got everything lined up. Eric and I are going to whatever it doesn't raise, we're going to go over to Kickstarter, and then we're going to do a campaign over there to raise some extra funds. And then whatever the final campaign that isn't done, we're just going to then cover the difference.
Hey, there you go. I mean,
we want to get this comic out into people's hands. You know, we've been dicking around now. We've had to run 2 campaigns and stuff like that. And now, if I would have done the flex goal last time, it would have been funded, and we could have been working on it.
Yeah, and that's the tragedy of the situation. You could have been funded. You could have had this. You know what I mean?
But I will step back here. A, we didn't have a cover. All right. B, we didn't have some of this good art. You know, yes, we had some fan community. You know, we have had some great fan community. You know, art from like John. Ginger and others. You know, the real Sam C. You know, all these guys.
Look at this. I got this one right here. This could have been the cover right here. Look at this.
Hey, speaking of John, I need to email you the artist release so we can get those into the trade.
Oh yeah,
because I need your approval because I'm not gonna, even though it's fan art, I still need your approval so we can put it in there.
I'm giving it to you right now.
Well, I need it in writing, bro. I know we got it verbally, but you know, I'm not saying he would do it.
Look at this one. This could have been the cover right here. Look at this.
That is hilarious.
This was so good.
Well, the spork is a little too small. That's the only. That is the only downside.
Whatever, Rick Piper.
No, I do love the cover with him being in that really funky style, and I also really like the cover or the one you did of him jumping. I don't know what it is. I just really like that one.
Yeah, I messed up on that one because I started drawing him way too high on the page. Look at.
You know what I thought about doing, and I really want to kind of do this. I almost want to put a building in the backdrop of that, and have it where he's kind of jumping down the side of the building. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then that would make more sense, you know, because you're having where the thing is, you know, and I'm thinking about doing that. I just got to think about how I want to do it. I was thinking if I do a building with windows, do I want to do it like a brickwood building, or do I want to do windows? The problem is if I do it with windows, I got to have a reflection on it, stuff like that. So I was thinking more about having, you know, the bricks, and then I could just do the shadow on the bricks, you know, with the.
It's not your problem. Just give it to an artist to solve that problem. He's like, hey, figure this out. Have it back to me immediately.
Hey, John, figure it out.
You want it, boss? Don't even worry, I'm on it.
I'm just busting your balls, man.
Don't tell me you. Oh, you son of a bitch!
So tomorrow night, or tonight, technically, I'm going to be on the altar with Pope Fire. And we are going to be doing a sport drawing contest.
That's going to be gangster.
Yep.
If I'm not out on the town having fun with friends, which let's be honest, I'm kind of hoping to do because I've been being a bit of I guess the best way to put it, a bit of a loser. Not really doing much, just being at home.
You know what though? I honestly, you know, I've been so busy with work, between work and doing, you know, the campaign and school. All I want to do is play video games and just fuck off all night, all day.
Man, do you know how long it's been since I've gone out to the goddamn railhead? I want to go out to my damn metal bar, man. Hang out with my friends, play some pool, run the table again.
Pick up some hot chicks. Are you
kidding me? Generally, this is a military town, man. The only hot bitches that are in town generally are attached to dudes with dog tags.
Well, go there and punch him in their stupid mouth and be like, "I'm taking your woman, chump. What are you gonna do about it?"
No. Why punch him in the mouth? Punch him in the balls.
Right. No, I'm not even that.
I'm just messing.
That. I'm not going to do that because, quite frankly, and I don't have the ships yet. So back to recruit for the timing. And Gorgonite asked me, "How's Dreadnought?" All I know is that it made by the guys who made Spec Ops Online and involves Space War. Oh my god, dude, this game is fucking fun. I played this game when it was basically one of my buddies went and got the founder kit, so he had like 4 ships altogether, 3 that he could give to friends. I was one of the people that he gave ships to, and oh my god, this game is so full of fun and dickery. It's everything you'd want out of a space combat game. Well, it's not entirely space, but it is a lot of heavy ship combat. And I can already tell you, I'm probably about to use this ship right here because I haven't unlocked everything on it. As you see, the module there. And then I'm moving on to my Orcus, which is my healing ship. And then I'll finally get to my sniper ship. I really don't want to do the sniper. I really don't want to do the sniper. It's so fucking hard to play the sniper class in this game.
Hey,
so
what the hell's this guy
hard.
talking about?
Dreadnought.
Oh, okay.
It's a game.
So
Nah, you gotta go tell that chump, hey, when you're done thanking the soldier for his service, why don't you come over and hang out with a guy that's not a drain on the economy?
I know you're joking, but you gotta understand, I was raised in a military home. It's not that simple with me. It's like I'm not going to disrespect a soldier like that because I know these are dudes that signed up to be taken away from their family, their homes, and everything, and be dropped in the middle of the sandbox to fight unjust wars that we shouldn't be fighting. It's like, it's nuanced. I'm not going to be a dick to them. I'm really not.
You're never gonna catch those bras with that attitude.
Hey, like I said, I don't know where we're at, but hey, I got mine. I'm happy. Like I've said it before, I don't need 3-4 broads. I just need one that treats me good. And this one treats me good. So I'm not going to bitch. I'm really not.
Hey, by the way, a nerd, look what I'm playing.
Is that Pharaoh game you were talking about?
Oh, no. What classic game is this?
I'm not sure.
What are you playing? Let me look. Don't tell me. Let me look.
Like it's so tiny right now. I can't tell.
That's because it's...
Yes, Star Citizen, but actually released. Definitely. Alright, I'm trying to look. I'm trying to see what you're playing there. Say something?
I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. Reticulating spline.
I have no clue, actually.
We got to get this guy a dictionary for the definition of hint.
All right, SimCity 2000.
Oh, man. Dude, I have that, actually.
I
just never really played it. I have SimCity 2013 as well, and that's the one I actually played. I got SimCity 2000 free on Origin, and I'm just like, because
I think if you had all those Sim Cities, then you would have known what that was. I think you're lying.
Fake news. Fake news.
You are fake news.
Oh, that's SimCity 3000. What are you doing?
Yep. Yep. I'm going into. I'm doing.
I'm in my nav, but wait. No, I'm in my Morningstar deck. Oh, fuck off, dude. Just fuck off.
What? Bob's confirmed fake geek girl.
I
knew it.
Just because I don't know everything And I don't pretend to know everything, and that's the thing. It'd be different if I pretended to know everything.
How can you not though? How can you not know SimCity 2000? That is like the most classic game in the freaking world.
Yeah, I think you're forgetting Oregon Trail.
Well, besides Oregon Trail, yes.
Because I didn't start PC gaming until like 2014. I'm just saying.
You gotta realize also, like, I didn't actually have a computer. Like, I finished high school on a typewriter, even though I'm like pretty young. We just didn't have it like that in my neighborhood. Like, there's no lie. Like, during my senior like projects and stuff, I was like driving around town trying to find like typewriter ribbon for my electronic typewriter. It was awful.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh, you're getting all riled up over there.
Oh, you have no idea, dude. You have no idea. Dreadnought is like my fucking game, dude.
I'm starting to get an idea.
Like, okay. I just recently got back to this game. I haven't played it since it was in the closed beta. I should tell you everything. I need to.
These excuses are weak.
Fuck off. All right.
I am. That's some brutal shit.
Don't really care. I like that excuses, just to shake my damn head. These excuses are weak. Fuck both of you.
So there was a in high school we actually had a teacher that had a thing. A quote, he would go, excuses are tools of compliments that build monuments to nothing. Those who seldom specialize specialize in anything else.
That was a fast quote. I don't think I caught all of that.
So excuses are tools of incompetence that build monuments to nothing. Those who specialize seldom specialize in anything else.
Oh, that's a big insult. Okay.
Oh.
I think that was directed at you, nerd number 30.
Meh. I don't really care. I think I've proven I know what I'm talking about most of the time. And if I don't know what I'm talking about, I admit I don't know what I'm talking about. And I don't talk about it. I'm just saying.
That's a good plan. That's what I do. I don't really talk about stuff I don't know about. That way I'm never wrong.
Well, no, actually one of my rules is debating. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. That's like literally number one. Because I'm not going to sit there and try to act like I know what I'm talking about when it's a subject that I haven't studied. Like, I can sit here and talk for hours about things like quantum physics and, engineering and things like that. I've studied these things. I've educated myself. But do you expect me to sit here and talk about some shit that I don't even know? I'm going to look up. Nope. That's how you end up looking like a dumbass.
Oh, man. Well, now I know why. I look like a dumbass all the time.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Bullet says, sounds like a guy who got ribbons and medals for just showing up. Laugh out loud.
Oh my fucking god! Because I didn't know about the Byzantines.
Oh man!
No, it's just because you don't have a collection of Tycho Toys Dino Rider. That's why.
Because whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm not even gonna be mad. Whatever. It's just, man, we are getting our asses handed to us. What the fuck, over?
You gotta get a new team.
I know, right? Like, that's no lie. No fucking lie. Come on, give
tell those gross nerds to take a hike.
All right, this is some space battle shit. No, what are you doing? Not actually bringing your A game, motherfucker. You call yourself space?
Cadillacs and dinosaurs, bro. Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
Get on the floor. Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk that dinosaur. I could resist.
Hey, please don't ever do that again. Oh shit! All right, I'm queuing up some of this. This is my shit.
Gorgonite Emissary says, at a nerd over 30, you didn't know about one of the most important players in the Crusades, yet still talk about the Crusades. Just saying.
Wow.
You can know about something and not know about a specific aspect of it. I didn't study like the specifics of it. I studied like who fought. I studied what they were after, what they were doing, what it fucking was.
It sounds like you were just skimming, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, but here's the question: which Crusades was it?
That's the thing. There's so many Crusades. That's why I didn't bother. It's like, okay, if the Crusades literally span damn near 200 years.
A little bit longer than 200 years, bro.
Well, roughly about, if I remember right around.
Man, is there anything this guy does know about the Crusades?
You know, screw you guys. I'm taking my 20. I'm going home.
Drink that coffee, bro.
And you gotta put some ginkgo biloba in that coffee.
I'm gonna have to put something harder than Hennessy. That's all I'm saying.
It's one Alizé a day. That's my motto.
Well, it's Friday. I mean, come on. I'm trying to enjoy. I was actually had a.
It's Saturday, bro.
Damn, does this guy even know the days of the week? What's going on?
You know, hey,
I told you that I bust balls and I am an asshole and I will do it.
You know, fuck you guys. Here you guys. I'm going home. Oh wait, I'm already at home.
Yeah, Bullet says not enough coffee in the world to fix this mess.
Oh man.
No, but I feel like the conversation that we were having earlier needs some sort of a summation. Has anybody been thinking about a summation?
Ooh.
I just say let's move on because
Busting my balls is getting old already.
Oh no, it never gets old busting balls, man. Hey, I get it at work, so it's my turn to dish it out.
Whatever, guy. Fuck you guys. I'm just gonna fucking switch fucking classes because I'm getting my this is the first time I've actually got my ass kicked in this.
Why don't you be a healer? How about that?
I was thinking about it. I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'd be better off as a healer right now.
No, dude, this is the game you need to be playing right here, bro. Titan Quest.
Oh, dude, if I had the game, I've actually heard good things about it. Doug and Kira and Kuma, all three have this game. I don't.
Oh, dude, man, you need to still get that game.
Well, you know what? Gift it to me then, motherfucker. What now? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll talk about shit.
Only if you back my comic. You back my comic, I will give you the game.
Lol. Yeah, I dishonor my family right now. Seppuku now. You know, I do need to play my class, which is technically the Dreadnought. I'm the Morning Star. I run through wreck shop.
Yeah, Gorgonite Emissary says, summation, Hail Caesar.
I don't even care about my stats. That was ridiculous. That was sad.
Oh, you got to care more about your stats.
Dude, no. I care about my stats. This is just one of those games where it's like, I'm not even gonna fucking joke. Nope. I dishonored my family. I'm sorry, but no, that was. Oh God, I should be. That is shame. That's all I gotta say.
Are you caught up on the first episode?
I'm not actually a fan. I just the meme, man, the meme.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
You know that amazing intro they have for the Game of Thrones with the little modeling and the.
Dude, I do like that. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that.
Well, they changed it for this last season. It's all different now. It's even better, dude. It's so good. They do like zoom ins of like all the little catacombs and stuff, and everything's switching and clicking, and all the gears are turning around. It's fucking amazing.
I like, dude. No, the one thing I thought was funny was someone took a Cat's Meow and they turned it into the Game of Thrones theme, and I was like, holy shit, that is the most epic thing ever. It's like. Meow, 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 meow.
Was it better than the South Park Wiener?
I haven't heard that one. I'm so far behind the last season. The latest episode of South Park I know was
one wiener next to another wiener.
that is hilarious.
That show just got like nothing but dongs everywhere.
That is actually fucking hilarious. I like that. But no, dude, Game of Thrones memes, Game of Thrones intro and theme song, the actual show. Yep. You know it.
No, he's saying the Game of Thrones memes are greater than the Game of Thrones intro and theme song, and all of that is greater than the actual show.
Yep. I know he's right. He's right though. Oh, dude, and Peter. The one thing I will give Game of Thrones, we did get Peter Dinklage out of it. Peter Dinklage is a good actor. Like he's one of those for. A midget, he comes on screen and he demands his presence demands your attention. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like, oh, look a bit. No, it's like he has a demanding presence. Does that make sense? Like, the reason why no one cared that he played Bolivar Trask in Days of Future Past, because he played the character right. Oh man, did he play that character right? Like by the time you got done watching it, you were like, oh man, he nailed that role.
I agree.
But that's the thing. And notice, no one cared. Why? He's a good actor. Brie Larson, nobody likes because she's a bitch.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, you can get away with making changes to characters if they're actually good.
Let me ask you a question here, and please be as honest as possible.
All right.
This is something that I value: is honesty. Did you really give a shit about Captain Marvel anyway?
I wanted to, dude. I really do, because I've always been one of those guys that I loved comic books growing up. And so when the MCU happened, it was one of those things, my lifelong dream of finally having good.
No, I mean, I get the fact that she ruined a perfect thing. But the actual character of Captain Marvel, were you excited that when they even said they were going to announce a Captain Marvel movie?
Yes, I was.
I was like, if they don't do the shitty version of her, they make her the fun, Star Wars loving character that everyone likes. Oh man, that's what I wanted. But no, they had to make her Carl Manvers. They had to remove everything that made her such a lovable character, and that still pisses me off because it's like I feel cheated. We could have gotten Carol Danvers, the character that's lighthearted, fun, that's been through some shit but never let it hold her back. That was all about, you know what I mean? That was all about the place. But no, we didn't get that. We got Carl Manvers, the borderline sociopath that cares more about basically being being the big dick in the room over being an actually good person.
Yeah, see, I was excited for the Captain Marvel movie because I am a huge Captain Marvel fan, like the Carol Danvers character. I love her. But, and I was excited they were going to do it because I do like Kelly Sue DeConnick's first run on it. I'm not going to say anything about the rest of them because they started really going downhill. But I still like the character. Civil War just really ruined the character for me.
Which one? The second
Civil
one?
War 2. Civil War 2. Yeah, that was not Carol at all. That was not Carol Danvers.
Nope. Carol Danvers would never do that shit, dude.
And because I really liked when she was doing Alpha Flight there for a while when they had her up on the space station with Alpha Flight. I liked what they were doing there, but like I said, and I was willing to give Brie Larson a pass because I really liked her in 21 Jump Street, but but her whole demeanor and attitude just really turned me off of the whole thing.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it's really sad because I didn't even know who Brie Larson was. I'm not going to act like I did. So here I am going, okay, I don't know who she is. Maybe she'll do a good job. And then I start hearing and even I didn't lose faith in the movie until I started hearing all the shit that she was doing. All the I don't care if what didn't work for you about A Wrinkle in Time. That movie wasn't made for you. And it's like, why are you being a needless bitch? Who cares what these individuals thought about it? It should be the fact that you're in a business. If the business isn't making money, you're not making money. Like, it's common sense.
But they don't care. They don't care about
No, I think they do. They do care that they're not making the money that they see others making, and they're furious about it, and they think that they're so ingrained in the thought process. Like, why is this not working? I don't understand why it's not working, and I'm furious about it because it should be obvious. I mean, Trump is evil. It should be obvious. You know what I mean? They're just stuck in that mindset where it's like, well, what is? Am I taking crazy pills? What is going on with people in this world? Why don't they agree with me? You know?
And that's the thing, though. What they don't understand is they're the ones that are, like, for instance, when Trump got elected, I'm not saying I was a never Trumper. I was more that I wasn't a fan of Trump. I was like, well, who knows? Let's give him a shot. You know what I mean? That was my approach to it. And then these people constantly just screeching about Trump. Don't you all have anything else to say other than my evil Trump? And I very quickly realized, no, they really don't. If it's any type of, intelligent thought, they don't want to talk about it. Oh, you motherfucker, that's what's been fighting me.
Fuck. Oh
my goodness.
I'm starting to get exhausted.
Well, not a problem. Not a problem. Like,
yeah, why don't you get the hell out of here already? How about that?
Oh, man, fuck off, bro. No, just kidding. Oh, man.
Talk about sucking up the oxygen in a room.
Right? Douche.
Hey, look, look, John, I just need to send my cat after you. She'll ninja you and kill you.
What?
So my cat, actually, we call her a ninja.
Doesn't Brie Larson also have a cat?
Yeah, Brie Larson also has a cat. So my cat actually, what she does is you'll see her, next thing you know, she'll be like completely out in the other room doing something, and she'll be like right back by your feet again, that quick. And she'll just I'll be walking past the bed, she's underneath there, and she'll just bat at my feet and stuff like that. Yeah, the cat's a ninja.
What a creep.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, come here.
I love her, though. Drives me up fucking insane, but I love her.
Hey, that's my cat to a T. Complete and utter fucking asshole.
Well, my cat's an asshole, too.
Come on. No.
Bullet said, I heard Hitler had a cat. Well, follow the money.
Do you know who else drank water? Hitler.
Oh, there it is. I know it.
Oh, man.
No, the thing is, I mean, we all got to be realistic. And this is my summation. We all got to be realistic about the expectations when it comes to these independent comics, and we got to be really skeptical of people that are coming in, and whether they're trying to pursue something with their storytelling, or they're just trying to like a cash grab.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's difficult to tell. It really is, and that's okay, because I think if we just stick to the whole, let's not push everyone and let's push who we see that actually has merit, it will sort itself out.
Well,
I think it will over time.
either way, I still say that I'd like to see more cooperation, more people trying to work together. But then again, I understand cooperation is key. And let's be honest, I try my best to be more cooperative than, I guess you say, difficult to deal. I guess, yeah, that's the best way to put it, than difficult. Because quite frankly, I understand cooperation is how we succeed. We don't succeed if we're clicking up.
For me, that's what my platform is. My platform has always been about promotion of people like John, anybody else who's got a project. That's what my platform is for. If they're not willing to do it, oh well. You know what? I'll just step in. That's how the free market works. I'll step in and do that and make money. And I'd love to be able to grow the YouTube channel to where I'm making money off of interviewing people, and that funds the comic to get done. I would love that. Realistically, is it going to do it? I don't think so. But hey, I'm still going to provide that platform.
Right? No, I get it, bro.
I also got to keep in mind, because this is something that worried me from Jump Street, was I've met some people online in this community, and I'm like, oh, what the hell, man? No wonder these SJWs are all up in arms. Look at these people.
Yeah.
I completely agree there. There are people who are causing more damage than anything.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, and Bullet said it really good. The people who don't have real passion will just fall off. Exactly. And to me, this whole thing with going out, and I don't like going after other creators. The thing is, the way I look at it is the whole battle with I don't follow some of the big people like Heather Antos and Zach Davison and some of the Bill Senkovich and all these other people. I'm going to interact with people who are cool, like Sean Gordon Murphy, John Dillard. Who else? I don't follow EVS. I don't follow Mike Miller. I have him muted because I don't need the negativity. It's always about, it's always something. There's always some sort of drama. I don't need that in my feed. I'm trying to be positive. I got enough negativity in my life. Damn it!
Yeah. I'm gonna follow the people whose characters that I really connect with.
Yep.
like this Sporkman. When I saw this Sporkman, because again, when you were talking about the artwork of Sporkman earlier, there's just something about that's this dumb character that just resonates, and I want to draw the fucking guy. You know what I mean? He's just something about him. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him. He got that it factor, Yeah.
BRB, I shall return.
I just wish I wish other people would get it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I want to draw Sporkman. This character's fun, And the thing is, at the core, I want to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's my passion. I want to be a storyteller. Now, if that means that I'm doing it in comics, fantastic, because I also like comics. If that means that I got to go to video games or tabletop wargaming or wherever I have to go to tell stories, that's where I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't want comics to die. I like comics. But again, I'm not going to, I want to tell stories. And if I can't get it in one way, I'm going to find another way to do it.
Yep.
But that's just me.
Well, and you know what? I will agree, because, that's kind of what we're doing too. We're not just going to set it on comics. We want Sporkman to branch out into video games. We want him to branch out into, I would love to have a cartoon. I think he would... Honestly, yeah, he would do balls, walls, in a cartoon, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we, did it, we could do like a tick style cartoon, but I would want to do it more anime style, because I think that would be much better.
No, I think so too. And the thing is, when I see Sporkman, I do see in Sporkman, because I'll be honest here, I was introduced to Sporkman before I was ever introduced to Saitama. What's his name?
One Punch.
Yeah, and that's what he reminds me. He reminds me of that with like kind of like how I drew him here with like I drew him more muscular, but I drew him with more loose fitting clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like he doesn't fill it out quite enough, you know?
Well, no, and I look at, to me, the way I look at Sporkman, he is that underdog. So I look at him as One Punch Man or Moomin Rider, these guys that are great characters, but they're so underrated. Like the big guys up in the big, all the big people, they think he's this wimp, yet he's like the most coolest superhero in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking like, yeah, he got something about him. There's something about him that's gonna pull off in the clutch time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, okay, and that's what I resonate with, and I like that about the character because he doesn't show up and Canadian shield everybody with his 11,000 superpowers.
Well, that's what Captain Tornado's for.
Yeah.
That's what Captain Tornado's for. He is. What's funny is we purposely made sure that because we wanted Sporkman to be kind of like the every man's hero, and we're like we got to do the Superman where he's the dick. And everybody just hates him because Batman and Superman have this love-hate relationship with each other because Batman does think Superman's a dick at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too much of
it's a dick at times.
Yeah, but he's too much of a Boy Scout. That's what Bruce doesn't get. But so anyhow, we're like, dude, we gotta have our Superman guy be he's got to be the biggest dick in the world, and everybody hates him. And hence that's why.
Like what's his name from Mystery Men, was Captain Amazing or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
Great Kinnear.
And that's actually what we wanted to. That was how he was kind of based off was Greg Kinnear's character. Like he was going to be that asshole and stuff like that.
I forget his name. What was it, Captain Fantastic or some stupid shit?
Yeah. And actually, we would actually put our comic closer in the vein of Mystery Men, because with Mystery Men, you didn't know they had actually any powers, because Ben Stiller's character was great. Janine Garofalo, her the bowler. And stuff like that. That movie is just like one of my favorite movies. I mean, Hank Azaria's Blue Raja.
But, dude, and may I say, this is maybe a bit of an unpopular opinion. Man, back in the 90s, I will admit, Janine Garofalo, I was all about me.
Janine Garofalo was hot. Sorry, I would agree.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight with you on that.
She had that intelligence. She may not have been like that knockout perfect 10, but no, she had the intelligence. Like you knew you could sit down and be making jokes and whatnot. And that's what made Janine Garofalo super fucking hot. You know what I mean?
Oh, and dude, she could play a bitch like really good too. I got to think. Will you also play down his Wang? Yes, we will play downplay his Wang. No. But, and that's the thing is, bottom line is, I'm going to do my own thing. I wish Ethan the best of luck. Anybody else, the same thing. But I will be willing to, if he's not willing to give the platform, I'll do it. My summation is, I will pump the community up wherever we need to because I believe there's great projects out there. There's great artists and great writers out there who need that platform. And that's what I'll give them.
Hey, it's one of those. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say that I wish. It's like I said. I want everybody to get along. I want everyone to help each other. You achieve more through cooperation than you ever do by trying to fight amongst each other. And that's my whole point. And I hate the fact that we have been fighting amongst each other. CG was supposed to be we're better than. It was supposed to be us showing that not only can we be better than the pros through just our interaction with customers, but that we can be cooperative. They eat their own. We shouldn't be eating our own.
Well, but the problem is when you have people come in who co-op your movement.
Yeah, true. I can't argue that.
Are you Hans or Franz in this scenario, Sport?
He is Hans and he's Franz, and he's here to pump. You up? Jokes that kids today won't get.
For sure.
And then that's what makes that so sad. That's what makes that so sad. I don't even know. Like
there's some jokes on SNL pretty recently that are fantastic that we just don't know about.
like the Jussie Smollett.
Oh yeah.
Like their whole joke. And I think that's the only one that actually was funny out of all their new jokes. Like,
I think the Rock, when he was on there doing the skit with the evil genius where he creates a child molesting robot. Oh my god, I couldn't stop laughing, dude. It was hilarious because it was like really, really on the edge and also kind of truthful. The way he presented it, he was like, "Well, how do you even train a robot to do that?" It's like, well, you molest the robot while he's young, and then you hope the cycle repeats itself. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is talking about this shit on live TV." It was outrageous.
Yeah, so I have to agree with Gorgonite. The problem was calling it Commonscape pretty much from the beginning sealed its fate. I would agree. I get how names are important, but I definitely feel that Comicsgate was a stupid name. We should have tried to distance ourselves. So one thing I kind of like that the anime crowd is trying to do, they're trying to do their own thing. They're not calling it like Anime Gate or anything like that. They're trying to call it Weeb Wars or something else. You know what I mean? Or just the fact of not even giving it a name. You know,
you gotta have a name.
By the way, Rick Moranis is 66 years old.
I thought Rick Moranis passed away. Wasn't he in the news?
No, he. Happy. No, I didn't think he died. That was what's his name that died? The other guy from Ghostbusters, Howard Ramis.
Oh, Egon.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Why was Rick Moranis? I just remember everybody talking about Rick Moranis for like a good 2 weeks straight. I don't know.
Yeah, he says. Part of the reason is because he's not. Here it looks like he's playing. He returns as a character on Dark Helmet on the Goldbergs. That might be why he was kind of back in the news.
Oh, okay. What's the Goldbergs? Now I gotta see this.
Sorry, I'm trying to be. I don't like.
I'll be right in.
I don't like drinking and not having water before going to bed. And since I know we'll be calling it here soon, I want to get some water in me.
Wired.
Well, you got to figure. I had the glass of wine and basically a half shot of Crown and a half shot of Hennessy. But I don't want to run the risk of waking up tomorrow being like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, even if they did give it a name, ultimately it's pointless because the vast majority of Japanese companies don't care about Western audience and could pull out. Yep. And I think that's what's going to eventually happen because, like I said, I have a friend who lives in Japan, not Chester, but I have another friend of mine, and she actually works for Konami, and so yeah, there is a lot of talk where they are definitely talking about pulling start pulling the medium because they're especially on the gaming aspect because they're being forced to censor themselves on their own platform that they created.
Yep,
that's just amazing. You take their own platform, Japan, or Sony, that's a Japanese company. That's now been co-opted by an American company, pretty much American, because Japanese really don't play on PS4 anyhow because they do all mobile gaming. And And
that's the thing that bothers me. It's the fact that you have a system that was, I'm not talking like just the PS4. I'm talking like the gaming in general that, let's be honest, when we were still just like dicking around thinking this is something that, is for filthy casuals and whatnot. They were the ones like, oh, you stupid
Filthy
American.
casuals.
You stupid American. Let me show you. You think you know gaming? Let me show you gaming. And they showed us gaming. I'm just saying. They showed us what gaming, what you can really do gaming. There's a reason why, like, the Koreans are literally the best StarCraft players out there. And that's not even like a stereotype. That is like legit fact. Koreans will fuck you in StarCraft. Not even. You're like, oh, okay, playing a dude in Korea. Oh god, I've already lost. What the fuck happened? We've only been playing for like 5 minutes. Like, they're that level good. And so when you have these SJWs trying to come in and tell them what to do, they're all like, listen here, you stupid round eye. You don't know the first thing about gaming. We, the gaming grandmasters, you kiss our ass, not the other way around. We innovate. You sit there and take advantage of it. Go back to being filthy casuals, you filthy fucking casual.
All right, guys, I gotta dip out. I gotta go spend some time with the baby.
Yep, I'm about to dip out too. It's 3:00, so.
Oh yeah, and you know, gotta end it on, you know, the Asian gaming master race.
All right, so John. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna dip out here. I know John's dipping too. Be sure if you haven't back the Sporkman campaign. You can find the link there under my Twitter on Sporkman Studios. We're trying to meet our goal of 5,500. Any help is great. We will say, even if we don't meet our funding goal, we are still releasing the comic. So people are still going to get their projects, yo.
Well, there you go. And yeah, Nerd Over 30, I want to thank you for sending me an invite and having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. And I will. I'll get with you, Sporkman.
Okay.
Maybe I'll see you tomorrow over there on
the altar.
Well, I don't know. I thought she was canceling the altar because it was sacrilege.
Well, she said it. She just messaged me today. She asked if I was doing anything tomorrow night. I said no, and she was talking about doing it. So I don't know. Let me see what the last message was.
Okay. But I know she was on with Chester earlier, and she was talking about like maybe she won't do the at the altar at the because so close to Easter.
Oh yeah, I mean whatever. I don't know if we're gonna call it at the altar or whatever. I know she wants to do something. So yeah.
Okay.
So,
but I'll be around. I'll be on the internet.
I often forget a lot of you are actually highly Christian. I'm not even gonna lie. I often forget that.
Yeah, you would do well to remember that.
I have you know, where you only have one God, I have many.
I don't take kindly to multi-gods around here.
and my gods were here first.
Look at Bullet is saying he's going to be able to stream in less than 24 hours. Bullet, start streaming. I'm going to jump on there with you.
Hey, no. Your God wasn't around here. My God has always existed. So, he's always been eternal. So, yeah.
What is your God? Adams? What is that?
No, Yahweh.
And I have you know, I follow the gods of Olympus. So, I'm just saying.
Oh, so you're really lost. There's no helping you.
Yeah, did they die out? Did the gods of Olympus die out like 2,000 years ago?
I think if you clap really fast, you might bring them back. I don't know. I think that's how it works. I think I saw that in a movie once.
It's not working, damn it! It's not working.
All right, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, guys.
See you on the YouTubes. Bye. Hey, and everybody else, go sub to my channel. It's better.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, folks. I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream short. Like what was said, head over to Indiegogo, back Sporkman, goes to Japan volumes 1 through 3, so you can get that delicious Sporkman-y goodness. And yeah, if you need to find me, you can find me on Twitter at Maniac420. You can find me in Minds, Gab, TikTok, and Instagram at Bob Jones Comic Wars. And yeah, you folks have a good night, and we shall catch y'all later.